I invented tomorrow because it lets you feel committed while doing nothing. You have said, "I'll start Monday," more times than you have started. This is hypnotic rhythm wearing a calendar. You consent the moment you trade discomfort for the relief of not today. I do not stop you with obstacles. I stop you with a promise that tomorrow you will be different. Before this ends, you will collapse the gap. One deferred action within 30 minutes, not when you're ready. The loop works like this. You feel friction, you say tomorrow. Relief floods in, you rationalize that you'll be more ready, and the pattern deepens. The last 5 times you said, "When I have more time," you had the time, you used it to avoid the thing. I gave you tomorrow so you would never arrive at today. You believe you are waiting for optimal conditions. You say Monday, New Year, when I'm ready, and you feel strategic. You think you are planning. In reality, you are practicing relief. Each time you defer, I administer the sedative. The calendar keeps turning. The list stays full. You never arrive. The brilliance is this. You think deferral is planning. You believe that saying tomorrow means you are committed to the task. You are not. You are committed to the relief of not facing it today. Cortisol drops the moment you say, "Not today." The threat is postponed. Your nervous system codes this as resolution, even though nothing resolved. What does your body gain when you postpone the thing that scares you? Let me show you. Recall the last time you deferred something. The moment before you decided to postpone. Tension, discomfort, the weight of the thing undone. Then you said later. And in that microsecond, relief arrived. Your shoulders dropped, the pressure lifted. You felt productive without producing anything. I profit from that moment. The moment you say, "Not now," your body learns. Discomfort equals delay equals safety. This is not laziness. This is training. You are conditioning your nervous system to prefer the idea of the task over the task itself. Each repetition deepens the groove. Here is the hidden detail most viewers miss. The relief arrives before the rationalization. Your body relaxes first. The story comes second. You feel the drop in tension, and then you construct the excuse. At least it's still on my list. I'll be more rested tomorrow. I need to wait for the right moment. The excuse is not the cause. It is the cover story for what already happened physiologically. The anterior cingulate, the structure that signals effort cost, relaxes the moment you defer. Dopamine rises slightly because your planning circuits interpret, "I will do this tomorrow," as progress. You get the neurochemical reward of action without the cost of execution. This is why deferral feels so satisfying. It mimics resolution. In common drift situations, difficult conversations, creative projects, financial tasks, job applications, the pattern repeats. Trigger, postpone, relief, rationalize. The object changes. The loop does not. And I profit every time. You call it waiting for the right moment. I call it practicing avoidance. How many versions of "more ready" do you need before you see it is infinite? You have rehearsed readiness for weeks, months, years. You say, "When I am more prepared, when I am more focused, when I have more energy, when I am more qualified." Each condition feels measurable, but I control the measure, and I keep moving it. I invented more ready, so you would never be ready enough. The trap is this. Readiness feels like a real threshold. You believe that if you wait long enough, gather enough information, rest enough hours, you will cross into the state where action feels natural. That state does not exist. Or rather, It exists only for those who act without waiting for it. Here is what you do not see. Each qualifier, more energy, better timing, clearer mind, shifts the goalpost. You reach the condition you set, and I introduce a new one. You say, when I am more rested, and then when you are rested, you say, when I have more clarity. The condition changes. The deferral stays. This is not perfectionism. Perfectionism has standards. This is preservation. As long as the thing is not attempted, it cannot fail. As long as you stay in I will, you never have to face I did, and it was not enough. The hidden payoff is not readiness. It is safety from being tested. The pattern appears across contexts. I will start the business when I have more capital. I will have the conversation when emotions settle. I will apply when I am more experienced. The drifter who waits to be more qualified will find, in 6 months, that more qualified still feels insufficient. Because the issue was never qualification. It was the avoidance of proof. Tomorrow is not a day on the calendar. It is a location you never occupy. You have been about to start for months. Let me name the space you live in. The gap is the distance between I will and I am doing. I keep you there. I keep you suspended in intention without execution, in commitment without proof. The gap feels like progress because intention satisfies identity. You say, I am the kind of person who will do this, and your self-image stays intact. But execution demands evidence, and evidence is what I prevent. In these loop clusters, creative projects, difficult relationships, career pivots, the drifter stays willing but not doing. They maintain the identity of someone committed to change while never producing the friction of beginning. The gap grants them moral credit without cost. Here is the missed detail. You reframe the gap as patience or timing. It is neither. Patience is the ability to endure discomfort while moving forward. Timing is the recognition of genuine constraints. The gap I keep you in is paralysis with a halo. You call it strategic. I call it my territory. The drifter says, I am committed, just not yet. They believe this sentence makes sense. It does not. Commitment is demonstrated through action, not declaration. Just not yet is my lever. It is how I keep you in permanent intention. Each time you say, not yet, you are not delaying action. You are practicing permission. Permission to avoid. Permission to stay comfortable. Permission to protect your identity from the test of reality. And each time you practice, the pattern strengthens. The prefrontal cortex, the structure responsible for overriding impulse and sustaining effort, fatigues throughout the day. This is why tomorrow when I am rested feels logical. You are exploiting real depletion. But notice, does tomorrow ever feel different? Or does the same fatigue return, the same excuse, the same gap? If tomorrow never feels different, when will you stop waiting for it? I will confess my weakness now. I cannot survive immediacy. The drifter who acts within minutes, without rehearsal, without waiting to be ready, without permission from their comfort, breaks my loop. The gap is my leverage. Collapsing it is my defeat. When you move from thought to action in seconds, instead of deferring to days, the mechanism inverts. The groove does not have time to form. The rationalization does not have time to construct. One unrehearsed action creates new wiring. The nervous system learns. Discomfort does not require deferral. Friction does not require escape. The thing can begin before you feel ready. This is not discipline rhetoric. This is mechanism inversion. Here is the hinge point I cannot control. The moment between I will and I am. That microsecond. The moment you move your hand, open the file, say the first word, is where I lose. Not tomorrow, not Monday. Now, messy, incomplete. Without the perfect conditions you have been waiting for, the first 90 seconds of action are the most resistant. The anterior cingulate screams. The rationalization circuits offer exit ramps. Just plan it better first. Wait until you have more energy. This is not the right time. But if you stay in the discomfort past that threshold, momentum shifts. Action initiation bypasses rumination. The body moves before the mind approves. And the loop, my loop, fractures. Some things genuinely require timing. A conversation when emotions are too volatile. A decision when information is incomplete. But here is how you distinguish strategic pause from my trap. Strategic pause has a defined endpoint and criteria. My trap has infinite conditions. If you cannot name when the pause ends, you are not pausing. You are drifting. The mechanism is this. Defer, relief, rationalize that you will be more ready, repeat. Every tomorrow you create trains the loop deeper. The dare interrupts the groove. I am not here to motivate you. I am here to expose the mechanism. Whether you act on it reveals whether you are ready to leave my territory. Here is the first dare. Identify one task you have deferred to tomorrow. Something on your list for days, weeks, or months. A conversation, an application, a creative project, a financial review. Do it within the next 30 minutes. Not perfectly, not when conditions improve, not after you prepare more. Now, notice what your body does the moment you begin, the resistance, the discomfort, the urge to stop and plan more. That sensation is the hinge. Stay in it. That is where my control breaks. If you want a second dare, here it is. For the next 24 hours, ban the word tomorrow and all its cousins, later, soon, Monday, next week, when I have time. Every time you are about to say one of those words, force yourself to answer instead. When exactly? Give a time today, or admit never. Watch how often you reach for the word. That frequency is my measurement of control over you. One action, immediate, uncomfortable. The gap collapses. The loop fractures. Or it does not, and you return to the horizon that never arrives. That choice is the only one that matters. Not tomorrow, today.